This is DJ Crash at KNON 89.3 FM, the voice of the people. And I'm proud to have in the studio with me Leslie Austin. Hi, Leslie.
Hey. Happy to be here.
Yeah, good. Thank you. And you got a little tour of our station. So.
Yes, it's awesome. Very cool. A lot has gone on here.
Yes, it has. And we're maybe one of those few stations that always has someone on the air, a live person.
Yeah.
We don't rely on AI or robots or algorithms or a computer program. You know what I mean?
I love that. Yeah. I think we've lost too much of that. So it's lovely to see that things are still live here.
We're live person radio.
Yeah.
Okay. You told me you had 2 gigs yesterday.
Yeah.
Can you expound on that?
I mean, they were like duo gigs. It wasn't like full band gigs. But yeah, I had in the afternoon from 1:30 to 4:30. I had one on Lower Greenville, and then had to change real quick and tear down and drive over to another one off Turtle Creek and play another duo right after.
Are these venues or restaurants?
The first one's it's basically was a sports bar, Avenue Sports Bar, and the second one is this brand new kind of Dallas hotspot called Evelyn. It's this swanky new restaurant. It's very cool. It has a bunch of different rooms, different styles, but they're kind of going for the 60s, 70s, 80s type nostalgia thing. So, so they were both just duo shows, but both 3 hours. And, it was kind of a tight squeeze back and forth there. But
I do appreciate you coming here right after a double duty day.
Oh, yeah. No problem. I'm honored to be here. Part of it.
Well, Leslie, we now consider, we actually call Dallas, and especially Deep Ellum, the entertainment capital of Texas, and now the music capital of Texas. Now, Here's why I say that. Because South by Southwest, really, they're dropping music, and the event this year was small.
I just
strongly
heard about the
attended.
music.
Yeah.
But they had the music this year. And it was not, there were not a lot of people there.
It was not a big event in terms of crowd sizes.
Wow. So you would say Dallas is more the live music capital instead of Austin?
Here's what I'm going to say, that we're grabbing that throne, that mantle from them and taking it. We're taking the baton from them.
I love that. I love it. And I also know that a lot of film industry stuff is coming to Dallas too. So I think Dallas is gonna become this big entertainment hub. That's what I'm hoping for.
So speaking of this, you on your website, model, actress, singer. So you're involved in films.
Yeah, more so. I've done more of the secondary roles in some of the film or TV stuff, but most of my main role stuff has been commercial so far. But I am trying to now, because my focus has always been more the music. But I would love to still, get into the movie theatrical side of it also.
Are your LA connections from prior to 2018 coming to Dallas? Or recognizing Dallas at least?
Yeah, I think so. I've heard a lot of some people have, a lot of people have already left California, and companies. A lot of them have come to Texas because of the taxes or the cost of living and all of that. But I have heard through some film industry people that there's definitely more stuff coming to Texas, and some of the bigger actors are fighting to get more Texas films to happen.
Good.
Yeah.
We're the third coast.
Yeah. Are we?
Well, yeah. We have an international airport, so that helps.
But where does the coast part come in?
Well,
it's just 6 hours away.
Just an expression.
Maybe it's longer than 6 hours, right? I can't remember.
So I was listening to something recently about near-death experiences, and that made me think, well, what are your near-life experiences? So then, so my question is, when do you feel most alive?
When I'm performing on stage, and I do anything in entertainment I enjoy, and I feel like I was made to do that. But specifically, I would say doing the music and performing, I feel most alive.
What is your Earth mission?
My Earth mission is to basically share the love of God with people through my talents and resources, and I believe He's called me to do that in an unconventional way. Because a lot of people, are never going to step foot in a church, but they'll come to my show, and if I can give them a little glimpse of God in a different way, that isn't going to turn them off, then build relationships with people through that also. But I think so many people in the entertainment industry are struggling or lost, and I think that there's not enough of us that are able to be in that, like, kind of quote unquote be the church in the world, like still be cool, like show people that God is actually much cooler than you think he is. And all the people that have been hurt by God or the church, it wasn't actually God that was hurting them, it was the people in the name of God or the church that. So yeah, I feel that's kind of my underlying, while I love doing all this stuff, and on the surface it probably looks like it's just for me, doing all this entertainment stuff, but I feel like I was made to do it. And I started later in life kind of pursuing more the original music and all of that, but I feel like he made me to do it, and this is kind of my quote-unquote ministry, while I also get to enjoy, what he gave me to do.
What you're doing on stage.
Yeah.
And then also you feel that your faith is touching people who are maybe at the back at the bar.
Totally.
But they're hearing you.
Yeah.
They're feeling it,
And I talk a little bit about God, not in a like, you need to do this kind of way, but like, look what God did for me kind of way, And some of the songs I've written, even though they're not like quote unquote Christian songs, I'm talking about God and some of them and the things he's done. So I've had people like in LA, especially, it's easier to get away with it in Texas shows, but in LA it's like I say something about God and it's like crickets on the stage. But a guy came up to me after a show and he was like, I want to thank you for saying what you said, because I've never heard anyone do that or say that, and it really, I needed to hear that. So you never know, even if it's one person that you can give some hope to, it's worth it.
You're a rebel.
I am. And it's not popular. Like people have told me, don't talk about God on stage. Don't, like if you want to make it, quote unquote in the industry, don't talk about God on the stage. Don't post about him so much or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'll die talking about God. So I will never make it if that's what you consider making it.
Isn't it funny that in the entertainment industry, the amount of unsolicited advice we seem to get?
Yeah. Take off your clothes more. Oh,
right.
Do Christian music. Oh, don't be too pretty. Don't be too ugly.
Your album cover should look more like Britney Spears or whatever.
Right. Sell your soul. No thanks. So yeah, I'm just doing me, and whatever happens, happens.
When you perform at a festival, and okay, so I find these videos of you performing in Italy and then other countries, and I'm like, yeah. And,
that was it was a huge honor, and I happened to meet who's now my boyfriend, but these guys, he's an amazing blues musician, actually. He needs to be on here playing some blues.
We're a blues station.
I know.
Leslie.
I know. He's incredible. Aristide Garofalo is his name. Ari, some people call him Ari, and he's been playing a lot around here, but he and some other Italian musicians were playing a tour in Texas and Mississippi, since it's blues stuff, and he knows more about American blues history than any American I've met. And I met them at a jam they were doing to kick off the tour, and they said they were actually starting a cultural music exchange where they wanted to bring some Americans to tour in southern Italy. And I was like, yes, please, sign me up. So I jumped up and sang with them a few songs, and then they followed through with it, and they really brought me and another friend of mine that was playing keys. He's the one who knew them. And we got to, our first show was like in a castle outside overlooking the Mediterranean. I was like, what is my life? What is this life? Yeah, and it was incredible.
Are you singing blues standards with his band?
If I sing with them? Well, they were singing my stuff. When I jump on his show, if I jump in his shows, I'll sing some blues stuff, or we combine kind of my Southern soul with blues stuff. But over there, sometimes I would perform as a duo. Sometimes they would back me up as a band, or his band would play first, and then I would jump up. So it was kind of a combination of us utilizing each other with the music. It was really cool.
You have a cool background. Can we talk about your heritage?
Oh, my ethnic heritage, you mean? Yeah, we can. I still need to find out. I need to take my own test. So far, just my mom has taken one. And I have German, Irish, English, Scottish, Native American Indian, Egyptian, African.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt you. And so when you're on stage, sometimes you want Native American to come out, or I don't know.
Of me, come out of me. Well, I don't know. I mean, those are, I think, smaller percentages, some of those more exciting, eccentric ones. But yeah, I mean, I would love to. That's why I'm so interested in it. I had my mom do it first. My dad hasn't done his yet. I think he's worried about putting all that out in the system. But I'm going to take my own. So yeah, I would love to understand exactly how much more I have of each one and kind of tap into all of that. But I've always felt that it's kind of been a running joke. Like I always thought I was, it's kind of been a
You're
joke.
You're exotic. Can we just say that?
Okay, we can.
Is that a word that's acceptable?
It's
still?
Totally acceptable.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I take it. I'll take it. And I get cast in some of the like commercial stuff where as ethnically ambiguous is what they call it, when they cast you as like you could go all these different directions ethnically. Yeah.
And all right, model, actress, and you're talking about television commercials, and
yeah.
So that's got to be fun.
It is really fun. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'd love to do more of it because it is fun, and it's, we all grow up kind of playing or pretending to be things all the time, so it's fun. It's like this adult way of just playing dress up or playing, other characters.
So maybe sometimes it's in here and it needs to just come out.
Yeah.
At least even for just one day.
Yeah, because you're always expected to be this certain person or thing in everyday life. So yeah, it's I can see why people like to become a whole different person in this role. I mean, like I said, I haven't done a lot of the theatrical stuff yet, but yeah, it's very fun to me. And it's all the entertainment all starts to kind of overlap sometimes. Like when you're performing on stage, some people think it's a form of acting if you're a showman, and you engage the crowd and you really have a lot of stage presence. It can be a form of putting on this character, especially if the person's very different off stage. You're like, wait, you're the same. And sometimes even because I do a lot of things or have done a lot of things, and sometimes when I'm on stage or when I'm off, people are like, wow, I wasn't expecting that on the stage,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very cool. And so when you're maybe filming a commercial and you hear them say, this part needs to be sung, is there a singer? And you're like, oh, I'll do that too.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't had that happen, but there's definitely there's auditions where they're looking for singers for commercials or film. And that's when it really would be fun to start overlapping. So hopefully I will be able to do both at one time.
Leslie. When you perform at festivals, and specifically Deep Ellum Community Arts Fair, will you have Ari or will you have a band?
He's coming. He's at.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your songs and your music. First off, where could people find your, if they want to download a song or?
Yeah, I'm on most all digital platforms: Spotify, Tidal, Amazon, all the things, iTunes. And YouTube. I do have a lot of new music I haven't released. So the older songs, the 5 that are out, were kind of experimental, if you want, not experimental genre, but experimental, like you'll hear different influences in each one, and different producers were behind them. So, some of those were more commercially, they wanted more commercially soul pop stuff. And then one was made more for try to sound like a, for a movie soundtrack type thing. But the Southern soul stuff is really much more me, and that last song I released, Burned, was getting more into that stuff, which is more the Southern soul is a mix of soul, blues, and almost gospel-y sounding stuff, and then I combine influences of sometimes the pop, rock, and when I say pop, that means more just the structure or the origin of pop style music, but not like Taylor Swift type pop, just influences of some of the song structure and all of that. But so all the new stuff I have is much more in this Southern soul vein. And I've actually had some of it, for the last several years, but due to financial, strains, I haven't gotten to release those. But soon I should have those coming out. So I'm super excited to get the new stuff out.
This is great to hear. Your website also has good info and links to songs.
Yes, leslieaustinofficial.com. Yeah, and Instagram. I post about my shows at the Leslie Austin on Instagram. So yeah, you can find me on all the things.
And when you're talking about soul and blues and Southern soul, that's KNON.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I'm so excited to be here, because that was always more what my heart and soul was, but because of some of the other music I was doing with different producers, it was not always fitting in that vein. So now that's why I'm so excited about my newer stuff and excited to be here. And yeah, I love it.
And have you told Ari that people like Robert Johnson have walked the streets of Deep Ellum?
Oh, he would tell you.
Oh,
he would know
okay.
every single thing. He knows everything about every one of
because
those guys.
he recorded, numerous songs right at the edge of Deep Ellum in near downtown.
Yeah, I know. He knows. And they went to all the places in Mississippi, Corinth, and forgot the other cities, but yeah, studied all the blues history. Yeah, he's going to be so excited to know that I'm here, and yeah, he loves the station and is excited to do more in Dallas now.
Good. So he's here or lives here sometimes? Or?
Yeah, he's here. Most of the time, he does have a daughter in Italy, so he obviously wants to still see her. But yeah, he's been playing a lot here, and he's about to be playing. He got nominated actually as one of Dallas best blues acts by
at
the
Dallas Entertainment Awards.
Yeah, he didn't win, but he was one of the 5 nominees. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't connect that.
Yeah, that's okay.
I was at the Entertainment. I was nominated too for my show, and I didn't win either. But it's nice to be recognized.
Absolutely.
As one of the top 5,
yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was super excited for him because he deserved it. I mean, he studied blues all growing up in Italy. He got a degree and studied blues rock, and then British and American blues. He studied and got like master's programs in them. I mean, I know. People are like, you're from a small town in Italy and you know this much and you're that good at the blues. It's like hard for them to, because you kind of think America when you think the blues, But yeah, no, he's amazing.
So does he pull you aside and say, here's some John Mayall, what do you think of this?
He doesn't ask me what I think. he tries to teach me more about, the blues history. And, but yeah, it's been awesome to learn more about the history of it all from him.
Do you feel more powerful on stage when you're giving it a loud vocal, or when sometimes you're being subtle and then you see people looking at you like, oh.
Yeah, that's cool when, because anyone can like scream or
I guess
belt.
That's right.
I mean, maybe not anyone, but it takes, I've heard people that scream and belt a lot when they're singing. And then when you hear them sing quiet or a different dynamic, much slower, it's very different, sometimes you're like, oh, that's different. But yeah, so if you can, I like to do, that's something I think I do is different dynamics, and I think for me one of my sweet spot is more this kind of because the frequency of my voice it's lower, but there's when I sing in kind of almost that softer tone, I've been told it's a unique frequency, and
maybe more of a connection.
Yes. Trying to get back to your answer, yes, maybe more of a connection. People I think they can shut off easier maybe when you're yelling or belting too much. So yeah, I do think it draws people in.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And like sales people are told, hey, to make a sales pitch, you almost should whisper so that they lean in.
Yes.
And really listen.
Yeah, definitely. Because not everybody, respond. It's just in life, like you said, like none of us really liked being yelled at. So even though, some people sound amazing belting or screaming.
So Janis Joplin is not your style.
No, I love it. I mean, I do it, and I love it.
Okay.
No, I scream and growl and belt. I do all the things, and I love Janis Joplin and can sound like her. But I also love doing the softer, more kind of surprising, intimate frequencies and tones. Also, yeah, for sure.
DJ Crash speaking with Leslie Austin. here at KNON 89.3 FM. Leslie, before we wrap up, any last shout outs, thank yous, thoughts, about anything?
Yeah, just thank you to you for asking me to come on here. And I know when they asked me to do the festival, she mentioned that you were rooting for me also to be one of the performers. So I really appreciate that because, in a world of so many artists, it's nice to have someone believe in you and, root for you and support you. So I shout out you. Thank you so much. And, just recently kind of got teamed up with the Dallas Sounds, which is part of this new program they're doing through the Dallas Music Office, Texas Music Office.
Is this the office that also has someone in charge of busking?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, and I'm actually going to do some of that because I haven't really gotten to do a lot of busking because, you need the permits and the whole bit. So I thought it would be really cool, kind of a different way to... Yeah, so I'm going to be doing some of that with Dallas Sounds. So
well, when you do busking for the city of Dallas, is it geographically have to be in downtown Dallas or
they have already set out quite a few spots around. Yeah, right now they're all sort of around downtown Dallas, and then they're moving into Deep Ellum. They're working on the Deep Ellum spots also.
Right, maybe uptown.
Yeah, I think eventually the goal is to move all over.
Do you mean like a small stage or a microphone?
No, it might just be Clyde Warren Park is one of their places, but I don't think it's on, it's not on the big stage. I don't actually know. It's just starting, and like the Pegasus area, square. So I think we're more just kind of like in city squares, or I haven't gotten to go see all the locations yet, but so they're not all like designated stages, but more so just areas with a lot of foot traffic, and it's more some of them are more during lunch hours or mid-afternoon when people are like happy hours or lunch hours.
So you might be doing this.
Yeah, no, I am going to be doing some of that. Yeah.
Are you compensated? Is that
actually,
okay to ask?
Well, some of them you are, and some of them it's all tips based.
Okay.
So I just thought it would be a cool way to get involved more with the city of Dallas and get in front of like real life crowds that are, kind of not expecting that during their day. But yeah, some of them they're compensating and they're working on more of that. But yeah, some of them they'll actually pay you, and some of them it's your tips that you're getting.
I read an interview that you answered this question, that when someone comes in from out of town, you show them Clyde Warren Park and Deep Ellum and Sixth Floor Museum and maybe the Stockyards in Fort Worth, and that's all the highlights I love. So I thought that was a great answer. Yeah,
I mean, Dallas is known for those few things from outsiders that have never been here, or the show Dallas. That's what they think of. But Dallas it's a lot of great people, a great restaurant. People love to eat. They love to,
and great music.
Hang out and spend money, and the music is actually great and growing a lot, which is awesome. I think there's a lot of talent in Dallas that never gets recognized, and even some of us who have been here. That's what this arts fair
is about.
Yeah, I mean,
for musicians.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that get recognized all the time. Once they kind of get in the system, they're the ones that people look at all the time and some of them are great talents, and should be, but I think a lot of people fall through the cracks in Dallas. So I would love to help even sometime create ways for people to be recognized more that aren't, that are on the outskirts or that are falling through the cracks, or even people like Ari who are incredible and loves Dallas but people will say, "Oh, you're not local," because even if there's so many people that live here that weren't born here. And sometimes they'll
Nearly
tell
all
you
of us?
if you, I know, but sometimes they will even say you weren't born in Dallas. And I'm like, well, neither was all these other guys I saw playing there. I mean, I was, but he obviously.
You were born here?
Yeah, I was. And then I moved around a lot growing up and then came back here. So most of my adult life was back here. But so I would love to create. I love supporting local artists, of course, but I also realize most people aren't really local. A lot of people are saying they're local and they're not, and that's okay. Like, let's be welcoming in Dallas and not just only, promote people that were born here, but let's welcome everyone and make it the best industry it can be. That's my theory.
Yes. And then I encounter artists sometimes who have two locals. In other words, they spend half their time in LA and half their time here.
Yeah.
And they consider both. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was there, lived there for a while and still will go back and play shows there and do things there too. But yeah, I mean, I think there's room for everybody, and that we should try to support any musician that's living and supporting in that city, playing. So, yeah.
Last thing, we know you're performing at the Arts Fair coming up. And then do you have a residency at one of the venues you mentioned earlier where people can find you on a regular?
Not right now. I mean, I do play some of these places, frequently, but I usually have updated my website with all my shows. Occasionally I get a little behind on that. Like right now it says no upcoming shows, but I'm playing all the time. So I just need to, you have to like bands in town, that website. So I just have to always remember to go in and put all my shows and the future shows in there, so that people can, actually see it instead of after the fact.
It's been great to talk to you. Thank
you. I really appreciate you having me.
I really am glad that you are here at KNON and got to see us, and I hope this can, we can maintain a friendship with the station here, and I appreciate you.
Absolutely. I'm really honored to be here, and thank you again for inviting me and supporting me. I really appreciate it.
I'll be in touch, and I'll look forward to seeing you at the fair and other places.
Yes.
This is DJ Crash. I've been with Leslie Austin. A joy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.